Man, what's up, DreDay TV, man? It's your boy Dre. Road to 100K Dre. Now that I got that out the way, I got something to say. Man, today, Drake ass in some trouble. You know what I'm saying? They trying to get Drake to come down to the court, my boy. They trying to see what's up with your story, my boy. You know what I'm saying? And before I even get into that, hold on. I'm tripping. Y'all, I got the DreDay 100K sweaters out. They going for $50, man. I got all kind of colors, man. This is the one of one orange. You know what I'm saying? If you want to purchase your sweater, all you got to do is Cash App King, INGBAG, number 2. You know what I'm saying? Or follow me on Instagram, DreDay_TV. Tell me y'all size, free shipping, order it. You know what I'm saying? Rock with me, man. Turn up with me, man. Y'all know we're on the way to 100K nothing unless y'all know we the best. Let's get into the video, though. So, look, man, they say that, they want Drake. You know what I'm saying? That's what they want Drake. Period. You know what I'm saying? They say Drake is responsible for killing atXXXTentacion and all that. And then y'all seen the video when XX said, if anybody was to kill me, it would be Drake. You know what I'm saying? So that's just weird. You know what I'm saying? That Drake hasn't been questioned. They haven't, you know what I'm saying, asked him nothing. His name ain't been brought up in the courts or nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like what one of the suspects, what his lawyer is doing is actually is really he doing his job. I really feel like I'm watching How to Get Away with Murder right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all ever seen that show, but if y'all did, you know what I'm saying? Comment down below if you ever watched that show, man. But that's enough talking, man. We're going to get right into the video, man. Let's turn up.
Order to show cause be set aside, and then if Mr.
Right now, this is Drake lawyer basically telling the judge that, you know, Drake shouldn't be coming in.
Judge, when wondering who Drake would hire, literally the most popular celebrity in the world, I figured here comes Brad Cohen. And even the finest attorney that money can buy will not undo what this court justly did. And I understand his arguments, but Judge, this case, and I agree with him that I wish he would have been involved earlier because he would have been privy to the arguments that we had when we laid out the reasons that Drake was involved and the motion to perpetuate testimony that this court didn't allow. However, the court did allow for his deposition to be taken, and the court alerted all parties to treat it with the same scrutiny that you would at trial in case he wouldn't be able to attend trial. The arguments that he made, I believe, are insufficient. This was domesticated in California. There was an affidavit from the attorney that did it. It's very clear that when he says that Mr. Graham isn't involved in this case, it's very clear that Cleopatra Bernard thought so when asked in deposition, why did you have security with your son that day? Because of Drake and Migos. It's very clear when Detective...
Because of Drake and Migos? Damn!
First year was asked, I'll tell you whose name came up a lot, Drake. And it's very clear that the decedent predicted if anybody kills me, it's Drake. So I understand his arguments, and I understand he's an extremely skilled attorney. However, the court ruled the way that it did for a reason, and I believe that the court's ruling should stay as it is.
I don't think you addressed any of it. Again, I think the affidavits speak for themselves and that they're insufficient, Judge. I don't even see a subpoena attached to the order to show cause from either California or from Florida. So I don't even think we can base an order to show cause on a quote-unquote notice that we don't know if that notice was served. And certainly we can imagine that it wasn't because that notice is dated 2 days after the alleged service. So the notice is dated 2 days after the alleged service. The affidavit makes reference to some subpoena from January 19th, 2 days after the alleged service. All these things, they don't rise to the level of an order to show cause. In fact, I think that quite the opposite is that I don't even think the service was effectuated properly with the information that's attached to that motion.
All right, so a lot of different things raised here. First of all, from the beginning, the court expressed some reservations, I suppose, about whether or not this is a witness that should be opposed. However, we felt that the defense raised at least, through what he said, the barest wide open discovery here. This is a first-degree murder case. Defendants are facing potentially life in Florida State Prison. And the court doesn't want to be in a position that at some later point they say, well, but for having taken this deposition, so let's do it all over again. Now, what is necessary for rule to show cause, see, the arguments you're making here are like what I would hear at a rule to show cause. You know, why shouldn't you be held in contempt? It wasn't properly served, you know, all these things. So these are defenses, good defenses, apparently, potentially, to a rule to show cause. The issuance of the rule to show cause is not my order telling him to go to a depot. It's my order saying, defense trying to take a depot, they're presenting me with evidence and claiming proper service. 2 times prior to this.
Hey, my bad, bro. I know I ain't saying nothing in a minute, bro, but I'm really into this. I'm telling y'all, bro, it's like we watching How to Get Away with Murder, but real life, man. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all like the video, though.
Whether you're aware or not, that they had asked for this and I said, this isn't even close to proper service, and it was denied. On this account, I said, I think it's close enough where the person did not respond. I want to know why. That's the whole idea behind the show cause. Not that you are in contempt, but tell me why you weren't there. What's wrong with it? Why wouldn't you? And, you know, these are the types of things that we would hear there. So that's the purpose behind the show cause. Now, always in the show cause, we put in a purge order saying, look, you know, if you appear for the thing, I don't even need to get involved in that as to whether or not you have an excuse or no excuse or there's a good reason or not a good reason for not appearing. So, you know, let's understand that from the first area why the show cause is there is merely not whether or not this subpoena should or shouldn't be quashed, or whether it's valid, whether it stretches the limit of discovery, but you got served and you didn't come, court wants to know why. Alright? So that's what's behind that order.
So my question is, did Drake get served and he didn't come? And then that's what he really just said that. So I'm guessing Drake got served and he didn't show up to court, and now the court want to know why he didn't get served. You know what I'm saying? Or why? No. Drake got served, but he didn't show up to court. You know what I'm saying? And now the judge wants to know why Drake didn't show up. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, I know some homeboys that didn't show up to court and they ass went to jail. What the fuck is you talking about?
Without getting into the issues that you have raised and not having an entire evidentiary on that, you need to discuss with your client how you wish to proceed on these things. Because, again, just like the first couple of attempts, the court said, no, these are not near, you know, what would be required. This one appeared to be. There may be some defects in it. At some point, if they continue to try, they may effectuate good service.
They may. Just not yet, but I get it.
So what I'm saying is, we can quash this now, and then, you know, at some point it gets there. So, you know, what I would suggest is between now and the purge date or whatever, you talk with about the potential for taking a statement or moving to quash a subpoena as if it has been properly served for, you know, whatever reasons, and we might have to have an evidentiary on that. My thought is this: in order to assure the due process rights of the defendant and the full discovery, to make sure that every avenue has been explored and nothing has been left untouched, my thought is that if your client were to have this video, or this, not video, but Zoom electronic deposition, you could certainly limit the scope and area of it. I am prepared to enter an order that, because I'm well aware that there is a lot of people who are titillated by, oh, look who's involved in the gossip and the rumors, and everyone just wants to run wild with these things. to say that such discovery deposition shall remain sealed, and that the court would have an opportunity for an in-camera inspection of any transcript, and that it does not be released to the public, not be out there. There shouldn't be pictures of Drake testifying in the thing. I can understand why he's not interested in that, and shouldn't be, and should be rightfully shielded from that. And
so basically, he's saying that he can promise that there won't leak no photos of Drake being on the stand and all that, man, testifying and all that. All I'm saying, bro, this shit getting spicy, icy for Drake Drizzy. You know what I'm saying? Damn, dog.
there are a number of cases that date back, I think, to 1985, including Palm Beach newspaper versus Burke at 471 Southern 2nd, 571, and Post Newsweek Stations, Florida versus State at 474 Southern 2nd, 344, that say the public doesn't have a right to go to discovery depositions, and these are not public record unless they're entered into the court file. And so to ensure your client doesn't suffer from having this all over the place and having to answer the questions and then it's scrutinized by the public, I'm willing to keep that under wraps unless after looking at it I see that it meets some threshold where this would become evidence in the case. So certainly I will put that out there, and this could potentially be a very short and quick deposition. What do you know about this? Nothing. Did you do this? No. Thank you very much. I don't know how much further it may go than that. I don't know what his questions are. I don't know what else he has. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, but let me
tell you something. If you think they about to walk in there, did you know about this? Did you do it? He about to leave. Hey, bro, that man lawyer been saying Drake name for a long time. He been calling out Drake before it even started. You know what I'm saying? Boy, he got some questions for Drake. Huh? He got some questions for Drake. And he better not get up there singing like he do on them songs. He got some questions for Drake.
address two things, Judge. One is I appreciate the court's indulgence in limiting the scope of any deposition that may or may not take place. That's the first thing that I wanted to address. I appreciate that. The second thing, Judge, is that I still believe, and I'm not even getting to the fact that the service was bad. I'm addressing the order to show cause itself and what it was entered based on. Order to show causes need to be based on the actual subpoena itself, right? The actual California subpoena itself, the service that is effectuated properly, okay, and a CNA that this individual did not show up to that deposition. What's attached to that motion, Judge, is number one, an affidavit that is not an appropriate affidavit. It is making reference to a subpoena that was signed on January 19th. I'm not even talking about the service itself. Let's assume the service was good, okay? If we assume the service is good, we don't have a CNA. We have an affidavit that says that there was a subpoena dated January 19th of 2023. We have a notice that's dated January 19th of 2023. And we have an affidavit from the individual in California that doesn't address whether or not there was other attempts made at service before this individual, JJ, was served, the thing was left in a mailbox from some random individual who was named JJ on an intercom. So I think the first step we need to do here, Judge, in my opinion, is setting aside that order to show cause, reissuing a subpoena for that same day. It can still be February 27th, and serving the individual. I'll still address things with Mr. Padilla. I'll still talk to Mr. Padilla, but in order to effectuate a proper record, in order to effectuate a issue where we are issue free, there needs to be an order to show cause based on a proper affidavit that is not attached to this motion. There's not even a subpoena attached to that motion. So, in order to get an order to show cause in the past,
I ain't gonna cap. I'm learning something like a motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I feel like I'm in school, man. What a notebook. I need to write some notes down, man. Damn. I need to hire him. He good in the motherfucker.
I've been denied, surprisingly, because I do great work, but I've been denied orders to show cause where my affidavit was insufficient. And in this case, there is no way around that this affidavit is insufficient, where it's making reference to a subpoena that is not attached, nor is it part of the record, dated January 19th. And then the California affidavit, talking about, what she believed was served or whatever, that doesn't make reference that that service was attempted prior to this, etc., etc. Those affidavits, just looking at those affidavits on their face, are insufficient. In fact, the proof of service is 2 of 2. We don't even have page 1. I don't even know what's on page 1. And the court doesn't have it. And it's not listed anywhere in the court file. So, we're going to boil this all down. I'm agreeing with Your Honor in terms of limiting scope, in terms of talking to Mr. Padilla. And I'll talk to Mr. Padilla. Mr. Padilla and I have talked before in other cases. We'll talk on this.
Yeah, y'all talk because y'all cool. Y'all best friends. All three of y'all about to go drink when y'all leave. What you talking about? We know y'all cool. No, I'm playing. But they do be cool.
But I think the first step is setting aside that order to show cause. Any way you cut it, he's still going to have to serve Mr. Graham again, or serve him the first time is my argument, because I don't think that was good service. But any way you cut it, he's going to have to serve him. And with an order to show cause.
Nah, boy. See, you know you done messed up now. Yeah, see, he a lawyer, but I'm a lawyer too. I'm a street lawyer. See, he just said you're going to have to serve Mr. Graham again. You know what I'm saying? But you up there saying they ain't never served him the first time. Yeah, you done fucked up, right? When I first asked you, you said you bought the beer at 11:32. Then it was 11:32. Then I asked you again, and you said you bought it at 11:52. Y'all know what movie that is? Comment down below if you know what movie that is. If you do, you a real one for real.
It's even a higher standard where that order to show cause should actually say what the penalties are, and then Mr. Padilla would have to effectuate personal service on him in order for the order to show cause to take place. You can't effectuate substitute service for an order to show cause. So, I'm understanding all of this, and in understanding all of this, what my proposal is to set aside the order to show cause, quash the order to show cause. You already granted the motion for him to take the deposition in terms of serving Mr. Graham. Serve Mr. Graham for the February, I think it's a February date. What date is that? February 25th? 25th or whatever it is. Serve Mr. Graham with that deposition, and then we'll address it. But the problem is that if you look at this record and what was filed and what's in the court file, Judge, it doesn't rise to that level of an order to show cause. And the order to show cause itself doesn't list what the penalties are for not showing. And normally an order to show cause is this. An order to show cause says, and you've done plenty of order to show cause in the past, when you were in private practice. An order to show cause says, you must appear before the court on XYZ date. If you don't appear on XYZ date, this is what's going to happen, XYZ. In order to avoid that, the purge is this other thing. This order to show cause doesn't say that. So, not only is the order to show cause as facially deficient, it's based on affidavits that are facially deficient. So, my argument is this, and like I said, Judge, I'll address if he's re-subpoenaed, if he's reissued a subpoena, if he's actually served proper service. I'll address all that, and I'm going to talk to Mr. Padilla before.
Man, you keep saying the same thing, bro.
Maybe I can file an affidavit with Mr. Padilla saying, we don't know anything about it, but knowing Mr. Padilla, that's probably not going to be enough. But the affidavits are not valid. So set aside the order to show cause. Let Mr. Graham get, if we can effectuate service on Mr. Graham for a deposition. And when that service is met, I will call Mr. Padilla. I'm telling you as an
Oh,
officer.
I know what he's doing now. He trying to give Drake some time so he can go over his story, what he gonna say, how he gonna act upon that stand. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to watch no more of that. I know what he doing. He want Drake to know what he gonna say, how he gonna say it. You know what I'm saying? How he gonna move his posture, his gesture. Because I heard when you be looking up to the line and shit like that, you're lying. You know what I'm saying? That's all he want. He want a little bit more time for Mr. Graham. You know what I'm saying? That's all he want. You know what I'm saying? I don't know though, man. But look, check it out. My camera about to die, man. So, hey, look, y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think about this whole situation, bro. Because when I charge my camera, I'm coming back with some more. Boy, Drake, your ass is in trouble, 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 trouble.